Hi everyone, thank you for joining our today's lesson. We are going to introduce a new unit, namely fractions. We are going to study fractions. Fractions. This is a new unit, and by the end of this unit, you should be able to, number one, these are the objectives. As usual, we have objectives. Number one, by the end of this unit, you should be able to work out problems involving operations on fractions. Number two, should be able to work out problems involving combined operations on fractions. Then the third objective, you should be able to work out squares and square roots of fractions. Then lastly, should be able to work out sequences involving fractions. These are the objectives under the unit fractions. One, work out problems involving operations on fractions. Operations like subtraction, addition, multiplication, and division. And we will start off our lesson today having given the objectives of the unit. You recall that this is not a new unit. In class 7, we covered fractions. At this level, we'll be looking at more questions. We'll practice more in the objectives that I've stated out, in trying to fulfill the objectives that I've stated out, the 4 objectives. And you recall that fraction, you remember we defined a fraction as a number that represents part of a whole. A fraction is a number that represents part of a whole. And it consists, a fraction consists of a numerator and a denominator. A fraction consists of a numerator and a denominator. A numerator we are saying it consists of two parts. We have the numerator and the denominator. A numerator represents the number of equal parts, of the whole or of a whole. Then a denominator represents the total number of parts that make up the said whole. All right, this is what we learned in standard 7 when we were looking at fractions. We said that a fraction is a number that represents part of a whole. For example, if you have a loaf of bread, using this one as an example, this is a whole loaf. This loaf, I can decide to cut it in many parts. I can split this loaf in many parts: 2 parts, 3 parts, 8 parts, 10 parts, 20 parts, 50 parts, all right, equal parts. When I split this loaf in 2 parts, if I were to split this loaf in 2 parts, like this, 2 parts, it was a whole loaf, but now it is in 2 parts, 2 equal parts. Now we say that the whole is now in 2 parts, and you have said a fraction is a number that represents part of a whole. So one part or one section is a half. The other one is a half. So these 2 halves make one full loaf, all right, equal parts. I'm saying here there are 2 parts. This part here is a half, 1/2, a half. This is a half, this is a half of the loaf. When you put together, we get one whole. So a fraction is a number that represents part of a whole. So this 1/2 here is a fraction. In this case, there are 2 halves. 1 half, this is a half of a loaf, then half of a loaf. 2 halves, a half and a half. So these 2 are fractions. These 2 are called fractions. And how did we define fraction? We've defined fraction here as a number that represents part of a whole. So this one is a fraction, is a number representing part of this whole. Likewise, this one here is a fraction representing part of this whole. We have gone further and said that a fraction consists of a numerator, this is the numerator, and a denominator. This is the numerator, this is the denominator. And you say that a numerator represents the number of equal parts of a whole. The number of equal part of the whole. So this one is the numerator for the first fraction. This one again is the numerator for the second fraction. Then there is the denominator. The denominator represents the total number of parts, the total number of parts that make the said whole, the total number of parts. In our case, the total number of parts are 2. There are 2 parts, 1 and 2. So the denominator represents the total number of parts that make up the said whole, the said whole. So a half and a half, these are fractions. These are fractions. We may want to divide this loaf into 4 parts. Okay, we may decide to divide this loaf into 4 parts, and before we do that, remember to underline the term equal parts. The parts must be equal. The parts must be equal. If these parts are reduced, if we are to reduce this part, say I reduce it, excuse me, if I'm to reduce if this loaf is to be reduced, right, this one is no longer a half. It's no longer a half because it has been reduced. You need to underline the term equal. They must be equal parts. They must be equal parts. And we can take another example, leaving the loaf on the table. We can take another example of, say, a circle. If you have a circle like that one, we may decide to divide this circle into 4 parts. So if you are to shade this one part, these are 4 equal parts. I've shaded one of the parts. So the question here is, what fraction of the whole does the shaded part represent? What fraction of the whole? What fraction of the whole does the shaded part represent? Does the shaded part represent what fraction? Remember, we are talking about fractions. Now you can see a fraction, we have said, has a denominator and a numerator. The denominator represents the total number of parts. So in answering this question, the denominator is 4, the total number of parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the numerator, we said here, represents the number of equal parts of a whole. The question is, what fraction of the whole does the shaded part represent? And you can see this one is 1. Only one part of the whole has been shaded. We may decide to shade 2 parts. The denominator will remain at 4, and the shaded parts are 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So in the second scenario, it will be 2 over 4. So the first one here was a quarter. Use my red pen. 1 over 4. When you have two shaded parts, then you'll have 2 over 4. Where you have 3 shaded parts, you'll have 3 over 4. Where you have 4 shaded parts, this will be 4 over 4. 4 over 4. And this 4 over 4, you can see, is equal to 1. It's equal to whole. The whole parts have been shaded. So that is what we learned in our previous studies, just to remind you on the topic, on the unit, to remind you on the unit fractions. We now want to learn how to carry out operations. And we start off with the addition of fractions. Addition is the first operation. Addition of fractions. Addition of fraction will be our first operation. And we will take examples. Let me rub even this part. We want to work out examples on addition of fractions. Example 1. Examples. Number 1. 3 over 8 plus 5 over 8. These are two fractions. We want to carry out the operation known as addition. How do you add two fractions? So here, adding fractions that have same denominator is simple. You add the numerator, that is 3 plus 5 over 8. This will be equal to 8 over 8, and we know 8 over 8 is equal to 1. 8 goes there once, goes there once. The answer is 1. That is example number 1. Example number 2. Example number 2. 6 over 11 plus 8 over 11 plus 4 over 11. Again, you see the denominators are the same. In that case, we will add the numerators and maintain the denominator. So we'll have 6 plus 8 plus 4. 6 plus 8 plus 4 is equal to 18 over 11. So this is equal to 18 over 11. 18 over 11. And you see this is an improper fraction. We convert it into a mixed number. And how do we do that? 11 goes into 18 how many times? Once. Then we'll have 7 over 11. 11 goes here once. 1. Okay, so that we have 18 minus 11 giving us 7. Then we have 11 as the denominator. So that is example number 2. You can try out example number 3. Example number 3. You can think of fraction like 4 1 over 16 plus 3 1 over 4 plus 6 35 over 48. Addition. How do we add? can see this is a mixed fraction. It's a mixed fraction. It's a mixed fraction. So in carrying out operations on mixed fraction, the first thing to do is to add the whole numbers first and then add the fractions separately. So we add the whole numbers and the fractions separately. This is the whole number, this is a whole number, this is a whole number. So this will be equal to 4, this 4, plus 3, this 3, whole number, plus 6. Add them separately, plus these ones are added separately, plus the fractions 1/16 plus 1/4 plus 35/48, 35/48. So when you add the whole numbers, 4 plus 3 plus 6 will give us 13 plus 1/16 plus 1/4 plus 35/48. We first get the LCM of the denominators. The LCM of the denominators here is 48. So 48 divided by 16 is equal to 3, plus 48 divided by 4 is 12, it's 12, plus 48 divided by 48 is 1 times 35, answer here is 35. So this will be equal to 13 plus 3 plus 12 is 15, 15 plus 35 is equal to 50. So here we have 50/48, 50/48. So here we can now convert the improper fraction into mixed number. This is an improper fraction. Convert this improper fraction into a mixed number. Then we add whole numbers and then simplify the fraction. This will be equal to 13 plus 48 goes into 50 how many times? 1 time. Remainder is 2/48. Converted this improper fraction into a mixed number. After that, we add the whole numbers, 13 plus 1. This is 13 plus 1, which is 14. Then we simplify this fraction. 2/48 is equal to 2 goes here once, 2 goes here 24 times. So the answer is 14 1/24. 14 1/24. So this is how to carry out the operation of addition on fractions. Before we close our lesson, let us work out another example. 12 3/5 plus 2 3/4 plus 1.5 plus 1.5. We say that in carrying out the operation of addition on improper fractions, these are mixed fractions, mixed fraction. Number one, we add the whole numbers and the fractions separately. Add the whole numbers. The whole number here in the first fraction is 12, the second fraction is 2, the third fraction, proper fraction, is 1. So the whole numbers, 12 plus 2 plus 1 plus the fractions added separately. The first fraction is 3 over 5 plus 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2. The whole numbers will add to 12 plus 2, 14, plus 1, 15, plus these fractions have different denominators, 5, 4, 2. So we get the LCM. The LCM of 5, 4, and 2 is 20. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. 4 times 3, 12, plus 20 divided by 4 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 20 divided by 2, 10. 10 times 1, 10. This will give 15 plus 12 plus 15 is 27. 27 plus 10, 37. So this will be equal to 37 over 20. 37 over 20. Then we will convert this improper fraction into a mixed number. This will be equal to 15 plus 20 goes into 37 once. Remainder is 17 over 20. 20 times 1 is 20 plus 17, 37 over 20. So then we add whole numbers, we add the whole numbers and simplify the fractions. So we add 15 to 1. This gives us 16. 17 over 20. 17 over 20. This cannot be simplified further. So the answer is 17 over 20. And that will mark the end of our today's lesson, where we introduce the topic or the unit fractions. And as it is our custom, I'll leave you with assignment. I'll send you to the pupils book. This is your book. Go and work out exercise 13. Exercise 13. Try and work out the 18 exercises. In case you'll come across any of the exercises that you are unable to solve, then you can make a request on the comment section under this video, so that we can work it out together here on the board. Thank you and God bless you.